Oh yes, it's phonics time again. Aren't you happy that you're doing so well in reading? And guess what? Today we are going to be learning so many sounds. Oh my goodness. I can't wait to hear you read. Give yourself a few weeks and you will be reading hundreds of words. So let's get started. Alright, focus. Eyes on the screen and repeat after me. Say everything you hear me say. Well, okay, let's go. So I want to look at one first. Two came up. So let's look at ER. ER says er. IGH, I as in sight or night. So IGH says I. IR, IR as in girl, You are as in nurse or nurse. That's right. AW, aw. Open that mouth, aw, as in saw. OU, owl, as in out. OW, owl, as in cow. So OU says owl, OW says owl. OW also makes a long O sound. So OW says O as well in a word like snow or glow. Right? So we have to look out for these when we are reading. AY says A, as in one of my favorite words. Pray. A. AR says R as in car or far. CH in church, chair, and CH also says K in Christ or Christopher. TCH says sh as in watch or match. Ch. OR says or as in born. Thank God we were born. OR says or. PH says as in phone. Telephone. Phone. SH as in shell or shade. SQU as in squeal. Squeal. LY, and again we see that hyphen, so that is LY added to the end of a word, and any letter or letters that we're going to add to the end of a word, we call those inflectional ending or suffixes. Alright? So LY says lip. E is a special sound when it makes the long sound. So E in me. O says O as in so. So the long E we earlier said E. Y in by says I. We're looking at the EA sound, and EA has more than one sound. So be focused. Okay, are you looking? Are you ready? EA says A in break. Yes. So we'll have to focus when you're reading words with EA. EA also says E as in red. Oh yes. And now we're going to be looking at ALK again. We saw that in level 1. So let's look at it again. ALK. Do you remember the sound? Go ahead. ALK says aha. ALK says awk, as in talk or walk. How about ER? What is it? That's ER says, let's think of a word like berry. ER in berry. ER says air. Air. Berry. Air. Good job. AR, we can find that in a word like marry or tarry. So AR says R. R. Again, R. Good job. ING, another suffix or inflectional ending. ING says ing. Again, ing, like running. Ing. Good job. Here we have the EA again. I was looking for that earlier. And this EA gives the long E sound. E as in leaf. EA says E as in leaf. Now we have a very funny one coming up. Are you ready? Oh, close your eyes. And then when I say peekaboo, you open your eyes to see what the special sound is going to be. So close your eyes. Let's go. Peekaboo. DGE. DGE says G as in edge or fudge. Then we have the letter G, and G becomes a special sound when it gives the J sound. So when you were learning the letters of the alphabet earlier, you'd have learned the hard sound of letter G, G. But in this case, G says J, and G says J when it is followed by I, E, or Y, like giant. Good job. Remember that. CK, as in dog. WOR, that's a special one too. You need to remember this one. WOR says were, as in word or work. You love to work, and I love that about you. MB, this is a very special one, or the next few you have to pay attention. MB says oh yes, the B makes no sound, it is silent. So MB says as in climb. Yes. GN says as in nut. And KN says as in no. Right, so those are some pretty ones that we need to remember. KN, GN, oh yes. How about this one? Let's look at this one here. We did the KN already, so we're going to be looking at OY. OY says oi as in boy. Oh, how fabulous boys are, huh? OY says oi. And OI says oi as well. And OI comes in a word like boil. We're going to boil the eggs for breakfast. AU says aw. AU, aw. And here's a special one. EIGH, oh my goodness, this one is long, but simple. EIGH says A, as in neighbor or eight. A. EIGH says A. Then EY. EY says E, as in key, and EY also says A, as in obey. TURE says chur, as in nature, capture, future. So it says sure. ARE, remember we're not using words, these are special elements in phonics. So ARE says air, as in care. Air, as in care. And URE, as in cure, says your, cure, pure, your. URE, your. Let's go. And the next one says SION, shun, as in mission, or Jean, as in television. Then we have TAIN as in captain, mountain. So it says 10, chieftain. Yes. And ED, I love ED. We're going to have to talk about ED. ED has three sounds. So when we encounter our ED words, we have to be very focused. Now, ED is a suffix, right? And another name for suffixes, we call those inflectional endings. I want you to remember that phrase. So ED says ed, as in ended. So that's one of the three sounds. Ed. Then we have ed coming up with its second sound. So ed says d, as in called. So it makes the D sound, D, as in called. Now coming up is the third of three sounds. ED says T, makes the T sound, T, as in asked. Asked, right? ED says ed, D, and T. Beautiful. So that was a long lesson, but it was good. So I'm going to want this of you. Be excellent, be resilient, and be godly. All right? God bless you, champion reader. Have a wonderful day.